Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This is our Bible study night. To each and every one of you guys, if this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I'm the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRS, of the applicational science by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for chiming in and being a part of this platform. Here on this platform, I do not teach my personal beliefs or my practices, but I teach universal laws, because certain, ma'am, they are applicable and they apply to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. That's Danielle, if I'm not mistaken. To each and every one of you guys, I want you to understand, I teach universal laws because certain, ma'am, they apply to each and every one of us, no matter if you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced. One of the things that I try to do on this platform is give you guys an opportunity to go to my website, get your classes, get your education, get your tools. So therefore, when I'm doing certain things, things make a lot more sense. I'm able to connect the dots, and I'm able to give you more realistic information based off knowing that you have certain tools, knowing that you have certain objects that gives you the advantages that you need in order to do your manifestation work. What's up there, Mama Susan, Gemini in the house, and then I got my Gemini behind her, Jealous Sweet, and then I got my 69 in the house. What's up there, 69? And then I got my Monique 444 crab case coming in here. Then I got my Gemini, Karen O'Brien. How you doing? Much love to you. Thank you so much. I love the way you take care of me. And to each and every one of you guys, as you're chiming in, what's up, my Aries? My Aries been ordering stuff that she got. Padrino Michael's birthday was on the 19th of October, and so we were trying to get him some flowers, and then we just had a real flight trying to get his stuff done, but nevertheless, it finally got to him. What's up there, my Taurus in the house? How you doing, darling? Mwah! My Taurus is in the house, ruled by Venus. And then I got my Gemini, Demetrius, in the house. Sir, I enjoyed the text message on the other day. To each and every one of you guys, excited for you guys to be here. How do y'all like? I'm honorary of Mafedi Fun Shango. That's what I'm rocking on tonight. I am crowned Mafedi Fun Oya Yansa. Some of you may know her by, and I'm also crowned Mafedi Fun Babluaye. I am definitely rocking Shango because I'm doing love work tonight, and I know my baby Scorpio don't mind me doing this in the open. One of the things that I want to share with you guys on my Bible study tonight, because I'm always trying to give you a reason to take your magic serious, giving you a reason to step your game up. Because a lot of the things that I have as a testimony has to do with my personal experiences with energy, frequency, and vibration, no matter what the tradition was. And so therefore it's easier for me to talk the way that I talk when I'm actually experiencing and have experienced the things that I have experienced. And one of the things that I'm trying to do for melanated people, that they will get the opportunity economically and physically to experience some of these spiritual waves that I get. And so therefore they will be able to testify of themselves, not only as apostolic faith of Jesus Christ, full of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, but it is definitely full of power in these ATRs, and that I am proficient in the things that I do. And I really, really want to say, first of all, thank you to my Madrina, to my Padrino, to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo. I am here on tonight on Bible study, and I want to discuss something because I think it is very, very important. I was actually having this conversation with my eldest son, and I wanted to share this conversation with you all because I'm going to be I'm going to be doing your love candle. And this is what I tell you people about love. Love is not just talking about a man and a woman. It's talking about how you want favor on your job when it comes to your businesses and things that are going on in your life. Use the power of love to give you favor. This is what Jacob had. He had favor with God and man. And so therefore, I'm going to utilize this particular candle. I only have 2 more of these, but because she already had graveyard work, I always hook up people that support me. And she has, she's utilizing this for business purposes. I use my love instead for making money in business. Because when people like you, they'll spend money with you. That's what made me think I'm white with blue eyes and blonde hair on my job, because I had a lot of favor. Even when they be trying to pull stunts, I still normally get my way. And that's what I'm accustomed to, because I'm a Sagittarius, my moon is in Aries, and rising sign Pisces. So I'm getting this kind of prepared, but it has love talisman, and what I'm gonna do is we already discussed. She's gonna mention the people that are in authority, because when you want favor, the Bible said that the king hearts is in God's hand, and Shango not only deals with our enemy, but he does a lot of love work. And so a lot of times when people think about love work, they think all about Oshun, but a lot of their reaches also assist in matters of the heart. And so therefore, when we want to turn the king's heart, this is what this is my go-to. I love pink. Pink brings, a lot of times people doing love work, they always run the red, but you know, I like to use pink. In this particular candle, it has pink and red, and so red represents more of a physical of love or favor that you want, and then pink represents having that friendly, gentle energy, where people more bending towards you. And I'm going to use my own personal oil because she's my baby Scorpio in this love candle for her, which is besides what's in here, but it's like rose geranium. And my oils are supercharged, because this is actually my personal oil that I use on my own self. But it's my baby Scorpio, so I'm using that to energize that. And the reason why, like, a lot of times people don't realize, if you got a oil, or you have a incense that is energized, and what I mean by energized, it's full of Ache. What's up there, my aphrodisiac, my Aquarius from North Carolina? How you doing, honey? Are you making them stand erect as we have planned? Yes, baby. If she can't get it hard, it ain't meant to be hard. That's all. God gave her a gift. Don't be hating. Praise God for that. Praise Him. All right. So I wanna talk about something tonight. What's up there, my Ryan? My other Libra is in the house. She said my pink is my favorite color. Pink is my favorite color for other reasons, Keish, but we won't discuss that on tonight. Well, we might, because it's my Bible study night. I want to talk about something that I think that that is going to help you wake up your mind. So all of you all, make sure you hit that like button and hit the share stuff. So I was having this conversation. So my subject tonight. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't even acknowledge. Hold on. Hello to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of y'all. Now, I must have said something. My subject tonight on Bible study is as above, so below, because this is definitely mercurial energy, which would be Virgo and Gemini. And so I want to discuss this tonight because I think this is very, very important. I'm a student of magical practices, and also being a teacher, I think that tonight is to bring clarity why it is important. So let me start. My subject is asking questions that pertain to the subject at hand, ATRS. By definition, questions is a sentence worded or expressed so as to elicit information. So, why would one ask questions? A lot of times we're on social media, and whether I'm on TikTok or whether I'm on YouTube, we'll find people asking random questions. And a lot of times we ask, especially on this particular platform, we ask for you to ask questions that are relatable and relevant to the subject matter that we're discussing. And what people don't understand is that in order to learn something, you have to stay on course of how that information is going to build that individual. So when I tell somebody about asking questions, because some people say, well, Pastor, can I ask you a question? I say, you can ask me a question, I got your answer. Asking question is to get information. What I have noticed in the ATRs, and whether you're in the church world, whether you're in Orisha Faith, or whether you're in Palo or Camden Lake, I noticed that a lot of people don't ask questions that are pertinent to the actual information that is going to cause them to get what they want. You should never ask a question. Thank you so, Demetrius, for super chat. You should never ask a question with no real intention of, when you receive that information, not to act upon that information. Asking questions to see if somebody may know what they profess to know, I get that. But just asking questions when you have no intention, whatever the answer is, that you're going to apply to your life or utilize that information, is nonsensical. Asking questions where about information that you cannot afford to actually implement those things, I think it's not relevant at that particular time. You should always be intentional with your questions. You should be concerned about things that are going to actually manifest or get you in a space where you can manifest. I had a young man do a consultation with me, and we're on the consultation, and he was in the car, which that's not a big issue with me, but based off what he started asking me, and when what he asked me was, what is your most expensive money spell? And certain man, in all honesty, as a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and rising sign Pisces, I thought that was the stupidest ass question for him, based off what he was dealing with in his life, to ask me questions about what is the most expensive when you can barely come up with the money for a consultation. That's what I mean by asking relevant questions where you are actually able to implement. Asking me questions about extraterrestrial and celestial order when you're struggling with the basic fundamentals of spirituality, foundational teaching. Asking questions about things that you're not initiated in, where you don't have the tools, the assets, or the information in order to function in that. I think that is unnecessary. Asking questions about how far you can go without being an initiate, I think is pertinent. I think asking questions about what you can do on your own if you are economically challenged, I think that is pertinent. I think asking questions that you have considered what type of individual you are, because I don't think asking me questions about I think if you want to be initiated, can I initiate? That's relevant. Asking me questions about, do I do love work or what type of work I do, those are relevant with the mindset that you are actually intending to work with that individual. I think just asking people questions randomly is pointless. I think asking questions that pertain to you doing better and improving your life is important. I think you needing information to go to the next level of whatever it is that you're doing, I think that is important. The reason why we end up getting doing the love candle is because of the questions she asked. And I talked to my elder son, and I said this. First of all, I said, thank you. We had a personal situation going on between me and my sons. And I told him, I said, thank you for at least asking me a question to get clarity. I told him, I said, because it is too many. I said, even in relationships with relatives, a lot of people make a lot of assumptions because of what they think they know about the person, instead of asking a question and getting the information from the individual. As the old people say, getting it from the horse's mouth. When you are dealing with situations, circumstances with people, I think it is very good, because I do it with my clientele. I ask them, what do they want? I ask them, And then based off those questions, because sometimes when people answer me, I can say that what you just said is very general. I need specifications about in that department of what we were discussing. And so when my son was asking me questions about why I was doing certain things or why I had certain issues with certain situations, it gave me the opportunity to bring clarity. I think that a lot of people miss out on opportunities of clarity because they think they know what that person is going to do or not going to do, and instead of getting the information from the individual. Somebody send a cash app. Y'all know how I am with a cash app. Hold on just a minute. Come on. Oh, incense from Mother Susan. Thank you, Miss Ween. Thank you so very, very, very much. Oh my God. Mother Susan, I'm going to burn love incense for Mother Susan. That was so beautiful to do that for Mother Susan, the mother of this mother-sucking church. I'm going to be doing a lot of love incense tonight. But thank you so much. That's beautiful. I like stuff like, y'all know I get down like that. Doing stuff for other people. It's another type of blessing. And so I'm going to be coming from Matthew, the 7th chapter, to give you a more context of where I'm coming from. Matthew, the 7th chapter, the 7th verse through the 8th verse. And it reads this. It said, ask and it shall be given. So if you don't ask, you can't receive. It says, look for, and ye shall find. So if you're not in search for something, then you can't expect to find it. Okay? It says knock, and it shall be open. In other words, you knock on a door with the expectation of being able to go into that door and receive those opportunities behind the door. It says, for everyone that asks, receive it. So if you ask, you receive an answer. That answer may not be the answer you want, but at least you got the information. It says, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knock it shall open. This is what I've not understood. When you are outside looking in of a situation, you only have access only to so much information. The mere fact that you don't understand where you are in a situation and what questions that are pertinent to you as an individual, especially when it comes down to your spirituality, especially when it comes down to your economics, especially when it comes down to your health, that you should have done enough research that you can ask questions that are actually going to be applicable to your situation in order for you to get certain manifestation. I believe that most people are looking for somebody to say, for instance, somebody say, well, Apostle Ely, I want to do a love candle like Keish, right? So this is $100 candle, by the way. And that's only because she's graveyard work. You can't come straight off the street and get this. No, it don't work like that. That's why I want to be clear. She is a supporter, tribe, graveyard work, 13 circle, like she there. So these are the things that I do for people that support me on a consistent basis. So when you ask questions and you're not a person that you're asking a question about love work and you're not good with relationships, I'm going to always ask the question like, why would you, okay, what is it that you're trying to do? What is it you're trying to achieve? And then we come up with strategies based off of your question. You answer my question and you asking me questions that we're going to come up with a solution that fits your particular situation and to give you the most for your buck, your time, and your energy. Why is that important? Asking questions allows the other person, and my son, we're having a conversation, and if my son had not asked certain questions, I would not have been privy to certain information. Asking questions, whether you think it's relevant or not, gives you information so you can better adjust yourself to people, places, and things. I also have people that ask me questions out of pure curiosity. And I would say very quickly, and matter of fact, none of your business. I am that person as well. And what I mean by none of your business, when you're asking me things and my Cash App has not wrong, or my Zelle has not wrong, or my PayPal is not wrong, information costs. And so when you're asking, when people come on social media and they wonder why spiritual people do not divulge certain information, is that there must be an energy exchange for me to give, because I have to tap into my spirit in order to give you the answers that you're requesting. And some of you guys, I'm going to say this in a nice way. You always trying to get cipher information via conversations, via text. I have people, because they have my personal number, call me with random questions. And I'm like, why aren't you getting a consultation? Why aren't you getting a progressive reading? Especially if you're not a contributor of mine that's supporting me on a whole nother level with graveyard work and stuff like that. Like, you got one consultation and now you got 50 questions. You have to pay for information. In our case, donations. But because Mercury gives information, because Mercury deals with healing, because Mercury deals with thought, because Mercury also deals with the crossroad, being able to communicate, in my situation, dealing with love, for giving her favor with those people in authority on her job to get what she wants to. Asking things without having some type of favor, a lot of times you don't get your desired outcome. I always start out with magic first. When it comes down to the things that even when I'm driving to work, I always ask, help me to have an easy, successful, and swift day today at United Parcel Service, and I would call out the address of where I work at. When I misplace things, I say I suffer no loss. The power of words and attachment. I suffer no loss because of lying lips and deceitful tongues. So I suffer no loss because of my cell phone. When I remember, my vehicle had gotten broken into, burglarized, and this cell phone, I was in the front seat, and I was when I realized, I say I suffer no loss because of the cell phone. I suffer no loss because of this burglary. I suffer no loss because of the situation. And the more I quoted that while going through the actual process, the more I was able, that's when I located the phone. Because something told me, call the phone. And I'm like, okay, if they got my book bag and they got the phone, like, why would they answer it? But I still, out of obedience, I called the phone. And that's when I saw the phone, because it was early in the morning. So that's when I saw the phone light up in the back of the car. This is why I'm very big on, no matter if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, or Santeria, just be obedient, because when a thought comes to you or an idea comes to you, it's based off of what you ask for, what you petition for. And so therefore, it doesn't matter how silly it sounds to your conscious mind, but you are putting into work your subconscious mind. And so therefore, I'm very big on, no matter what happens to me, I'm not here to suffer loss. When somebody's out gossiping about me, yes, I burn my stop gossip, but I also say I will suffer no loss because of lying lips and gossiping tongues. I will suffer no loss even when I'm going on my sexual escapades. I conjure. I use conjure. God give me strength to knock their box out of the park. I say all kind of things. And they manifest because there's power in the word. And my thing is, the reason why I'm telling you guys about the things that I do when I'm working with my clients, this is why I have certain level of confidence, because I utilize my own conjure, I utilize my own products. And so basically, hold on, let me do this real quick. So tobacco not only cleanses, and let me explain something to you guys. You only have so much ache. I've never seen so many people jump up and do things without asking questions. Not only questions to themselves, but questions about what they may be attempting to do. I've had people call me or text me and say, Apostle, do you think this is good for me to do X, Y, Z? I think that is the wisest thing. Before you actually implement some type of conjure or some type of working, like getting advice from somebody that you trust before endeavoring. And like I say, a lot of you guys don't really understand that when I say I'm non-judgmental, if you want gay, straight, or bi, I don't really care. But if you're going into something and you want help in certain areas and things ain't going the way that you want to, now I'm not gonna push you into certain things, but some of you guys, in my opinion, like I'm very aggressive when it comes to sex, and so there's times that I don't throw out a line. Sometimes I throw out a net because I'm feeling frisky. Tobacco cleanses, but it also energizes. My eguns are because of I put this oil in here. It is like really, really, really strong. And so I'm cleansing the candle, but I'm also energizing with tobacco. But I'm also gonna light love incense. And while this candle is burning, what she's gonna do is she's gonna text me the names, but she's also gonna say what she wants from these said people. And this helps you to assist you in getting favor, especially with people in authority, so things swing in your direction. We have this thing that we call the law of probability. In other words, the more energy, the more pressure you apply to a situation, the probability swings greater and greater in your favor and in your behalf. And so we utilize magic to get as much as we can in our favor and in our behalf when we're going through certain situations and circumstances. In this particular case, it is asking questions about how to advance or get certain things to move in her direction. And so I didn't tell her, but I suggested a love candle, because that's how I operate. I get favor, and so I utilize love a lot of times to give me that, not my love, my Taurus, coincidentally ruled by Venus as well. Even though this is Wednesday, this is still an excellent candle, because she's not trying to sleep with her supervisor. She's trying to get things to go in her direction. So today, by it being also a crossroad spirit, also it being about communication, and that she wants favor in her communication. She wants favor with these people. It also has the heart. So I don't necessarily care if her superiors are male or female, because when I use symbols, I use them for what I want to use them for, not necessarily what the candle may have on there or what may be on a particular bag or whatever. But this is a celestite for angels. I just noticed that I had it over there. And so when you guys order candles a lot of times, you be like, what is he doing? Like, my Karen O'Brien is here, so she don't mind me saying this. But I use her bayberry candles with my Orisha Oya, which rules the marketplace, because Karen O'Brien has been with me a very, very, very long time. And she's been very, very, very supportive. She's also in the religion. And so when you build relationships over time, guys, ask questions, because you may have a situation where there's other ways, whether it's more costly or less costly, to get those things done by asking questions. A lot of times, you can ask questions and then find out different ways to, because in my book, I was taught there's more than one way to skin a cat. So sometimes the things that you're going about doing it, sometimes you're going the long way around to get it done, where by asking questions, you can find out different ways to get you to your destination a lot quicker, a lot more proficient, without less stress. Because one thing that when I use magic not to stress myself. I use magic to make my life easier, more comfortable, for me to reach my goals a lot swifter, a lot more easier. And I'm committed. I'm gonna say that too. I'm committed to the direction which the Spirit is taking me. So I've been in situations, financially. I've been in situations where especially with my spiritual dad, because some of y'all call me dad or spiritual dad, whatever. And so you ask me certain questions, but I used to ask my spiritual dad all kind of questions. Some of the answers I didn't like. I remember asking him what something was, and he was like, "Go look it up." Well, you already know. Why you? No, you go and look it up. You research, and by researching, I had more questions. I'm gonna say this again. Researching allows you to have information that you can ask more pertinent questions, or questions that are actually going to progress you further in your goals or your dreams or your aspirations. Just thinking that you're gonna know what to ask when you don't have information. I don't think that. I'm gonna say this. I don't think anything is wrong with reading books, even Googling. What I think what happens is you feel that that's information that gives you insight to these particular practices, and that is not the truth. Asking questions allows me to feel like you want to learn. So if you want to know the real truth, why I love questions, because I have some people like, "Oh, I'm going to ask you no stupid question, I want to bother you." When you're asking me questions, it makes the teacher feel like you're interested in learning in that particular subject matter. When you research, I feel that when you come and ask me certain questions, now I feel that you're engaged in the subject. That you're not trying to be surface. That you're actually trying to have an understanding. So, the reason why my spiritual dad sent me to research was after the fact that I asked him, because I was really being lazy. Because I just felt like, well, you already know, just tell me. No, go research. So when I did come back, I had more than just that question that I originally was going to ask him. I had more information to ask him more questions, and therefore my spirituality was enriched because I researched. In Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, researching allows you to ask more pointed questions and getting more information out of your tata, your mambo, your hugan, your apostle, your pastor, your teacher, your whomever, whatever elder. You know, you do yourself a disservice, certain man, when you don't research. Hold on, y'all ask me. Make sure I'm asking. Before I started work, I said, "Lord, give me an awareness of your presence today." I know that's what magic is for, to make life easier and smoother. I know that's right. I think that if I be honest with you guys, even when I'm in my church, I be so frustrated sometimes, because I know, especially when I ask them what they learn, I can tell how they process information, because some people feel like regurgitating me what I said means that you learned something. It don't mean shit to me. You repeating back to me what I said doesn't mean what you process. And then when I watch how you live your life, I know you ain't learned nothing. My concern when we're doing conjure and we're manifesting is that after you receive a manifestation, it should pique your curiosity to ask more questions. Or, okay, is this to the extent of your ability? You know, I've never really had anybody like say, well, okay, I know you get down like this, but do you have any other in-depth works that you do? Like, yes, but nobody really asked me like, well, Apostle Ely, yes, I want to do graveyard work, but do you do stronger work in voodoo, or do you do stronger work in this? Because if you researching and if I'm showing you that I do love work or I do certain types of love work, why aren't you asking questions that will lead you to finding out more in depth what I really have the capacity of doing, with the intention of obtaining those services? The reason why I don't post certain things on my website or talk about certain things, because economically a lot of times people are not trying to invest like that. People are not trying to spend that money, and I don't have time to take up space on my website or talk about stuff that people are not going to spend money on. But there are depths to things like this. I do things that are economical for people to experience things, but I in hopes that they would ask more questions so they can find out that things are a lot more deeper, a lot more serious, a lot more in depth in those particular practices that you could enjoy the benefits of. Love. All right, my 7th chakra girl. I got Stormy with love incense. And then I got my ATRS with 7th chakra. I really do love this incense. When I was going through my warfare, I was burning 7th chakra, because they're actually for 7 African spirits that work with me. And it was that 7th chakra was putting what's happening on them people's ass. Because people don't really not know how really deep my waters run. And none of these ATRs. And the truth of the matter is, neither do they ask. And therefore, if you're not interested and you're not researching, you're not going to ask questions. That's what my point is. You know, you should want to ask questions, especially when you are around some man or woman that is knowledgeable in the craft or in the practice and they got experiences. I ask, that's how Padrino Michael knows that I'm doing research, because I'm asking him questions that he didn't volunteer information. A lot of times, Tatas, Mambos, or Hugans are not going to volunteer you information. If you're not researching, you're not asking. That's how I ended up receiving Kobiende the way that I did, because I was asking him about another cauldron. And he said, no, you need to receive your father first before you receive that other cauldron. I said, okay, fine. But if I had never asked the question, I would not have received what I had received. And if I wasn't researching, because I don't sit around and wait on other people to tell me stuff. I study to show myself approved. I am a very, very studious individual. Oh, that was a love offering? Okay, I'm sorry, baby. Well, this all, I still get burnt some love in there. But thank you for the love offering, sweetheart. I am very big on studying to know. I think it is spiritually, mentally lazy to want somebody to just divulge information just because you asked them about Ifa or Voodoo or Santeria or Kumi or Kamdumle or whatever. No, I'm going to research. I got a plan. I got a goal. And I'm going to reach that goal. And when I ask those questions, I'm also ready to invest in that direction, because that's why I'm asking. I never went to my Padrino just trying to get to know, for him just to have a conversation about whether he had, I would have never known, if it wasn't for Demetrius, I would have never asked Padrino Michael about Kambanda. I would have never asked. But when I did ask him, I asked him because I had did research. But what he did tell me, he's like, well, why would you already scratched in Palo? Because he didn't understand why I was asking about Kambanda. So he was like, Godson, you already have a lot of power. And he was like, well, you already have these cauldrons. To him, it didn't make sense why I would go from where I was to dealing with Kambanda. So I said, listen, I have people that are following me that they're interested in that. He said, well, yes, I'm initiated in it. But the point was, I didn't just ask him a question. I was also informed. But I would have never asked those questions if it wasn't for Demetrius and what he was dealing with and what he wanted to get in, when I had already originally said that once I get through doing what I'm doing, then I would go in that direction. Asking questions, researching, gains more information, gains more assets. Doesn't matter. I feel that melanated people, whether in the church world, that's why a lot of people get roasted when they come, because you should have did your homework before you start dealing with Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. You should have did your homework before you counted up the cost, before you actually came up here thinking you were going to educate or take me to school. You can't take me to school. I'm the principal. I'm over teaching. I am the prophet of prophets, okay? So I am here to educate people to have a desire to research so you can ask more informed questions and get more information out of people like me. Even when we're doing our readings, the more you get indulged into spirituality, the more you're going to ask. I can tell when somebody's been studying. I can tell when somebody's researching. I can tell when somebody's driven, because the questions change. They're sometimes originally in the beginning, they may be more vague, but the more they're engulfed into these ATR, the more pointed those questions are, the more they're going to be talking about, well, what this costs, or what do I need to do to get to this point. That's how people talk when they're doing research. That's what people talk when they got a plan. That's how people talk. I don't care what you into. I can tell when somebody is on a journey. And I can tell when somebody's just doing just enough to get by and get through. So that's why I'm going to use this candle and wait till this burns out. And then I'm going to smoke her candle. And then I'm going to, this particular candle is going to go in front of Siete Rayos, because Siete Rayos deals with enemies in Palo. And I wouldn't do this unless she was really a supporter of me, because that's expensive, what I'm doing. But she rocked with me like that. So you take care of me, I take care of you, basically. So I'm going to put, after fixing this candle, I'm going to put this in front of, hopefully she already, make sure you text me the names. But when your candles are burning, this represents a perpetual prayer as long as the candle is burning, right? So you mention and you talk to your egoons, because that's who I'm going to be talking to. So not only I'm doing the candle as in candle magic, but I'm going to put this candle in front of Siete Rayos. A lot of you guys don't understand something. You support me like that, I am going to do the most for you. Because what I do does cost, but a lot of y'all support me on the thousands of dollars. And so therefore, I handle those different than somebody give me a couple dollars. I'm just being straight up honest with you. I have a different clientele base. Some of my clientele base are on other levels. And some of y'all out here, you putting y'all pennies together, and I'm still going to rock for you. But I can't do certain things for you because I just cannot go into a financial deficit. You know, you got to step up. As they say, step your pussy up, step your nuts up. Maybe that ain't what they really say, but I want to say it anyway. Since we were talking about love work. But that's and so I know I make these things look very simple, but it's all about the egoons. It's really about their spirits. And they actually do the work. I love candle magic. I don't like it. I love it. I like the creativity behind candle magic, and most people don't realize that most of my clients don't. I use my personal stuff. I don't just use products that are bought out of stores or Botanica. I use stuff that I have fixed up. Like I have this amber oil. When I tell you this smells so good, I have sent some of y'all amber incense. Look up amber. Amber is more like fossilized pine. Do I have it? I know I got it in my bedroom. I don't know, because I got to do a spell for the $10,000, and I got to work with the I got to get some pumpkins to do this spell. Oh, that's Oshun. That's the Ogun. Maybe I thought oh, I put it on Siete Rayos. I got something sitting on over the closet. I ain't gonna get up because I ain't ate and I'm tired. I'm tired. Get something to eat. But that's what the premise of asking questions. I don't know. Oh, I had my glasses on all day. These is dirty. I can't see. He says, thank you. That's good. Good. Yeah. But I want to say thank you so very much for each and every one of you guys. Learn to ask questions. Sometimes asking questions help you find out what people don't know. Sometimes asking questions let you know that some people not that deep. Don't mean that they're not who they say they are, but some people cannot lunge out into the deep. And so asking questions also allow you to understand the radius of how and the circumference of what somebody has the ability or capabilities of doing. So I mean, questions bring clarity to a lot of things, not just the fact of just getting information as for spirituality, but just knowing who you have the ability to work for and work with. I have it's in my pocket. This is Libyan desert glass. This I have carried this through so many ceremonies. This was sitting with my voodoo doll for months, and so this is what I energized my personal oil with, which I gave something to Keith. So like I tell you, like I have a lot of tools that allow me to do the things that I have and I do. And I had this on me because people have been working on me out of jealousy and envy, and that's all good and dandy. And so they don't know I really arrived with my Egun stick. I just put my Egun stick back on the cauldron to recharge because I had took it to work because people are jealous of my success and the things that are happening, how people are getting miracles and signs and wonders, and so they got to do what they feel like they got to do. And so I've been having to step up my protection work. And I wish my members would become more prayerful and get more tools and be mindful of things that people out here doing. So I hope this helped tonight. Love the smell of amber. Oh, you got, because I have, hold on. I don't know if but Demetri, I can send you some of mine. I can send you some for free. I mean, when I give you guys this stuff, I don't charge for this stuff. But you know, if you like amber, I have the oil. What my oil is consecrated. Actually, I need to put this over here. Come to think about it. I'm glad he said something. And that's, see what I'm saying? But I have amber. Oh my God, it smells really, really good. But if I'll send you with one of your packages so you can have some of this. I have a lot of stuff. But we can get the job done. So that's what this was. I hope that this was informative enough that you would research enough so you would ask more questions and people will learn, especially if you took my intermediate class or my advanced advanced class or my beginner's class, you know, these are the times to be asking questions where I know that you didn't just sit there and hear information, that you're actually applying that information. And so therefore there's other strategies that I can give you with that same information to get things popping in your life and get things to where you would need them to be. I am beyond happy. I can go ahead and ask your questions. I don't have to be mad. No, I don't. No, I have no problem for questions. I want people to learn. I want people to ask questions that actually make sense and that are based on and pertain to subject matters and with the intention of being victorious. I don't personally have problems with that. All right, guys. Love you. I thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the share. Thank you so much, Demetri, for the super chat. I'm gonna be on vacation next week. I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to actually do the $10,000. Like, if you want to be a part of that, that spell work for millionaire status, because I'm doing that conjure with the intention of utilizing those $10,000 to help take me to $100,000 to take me to $1 million. So there's a strategy behind that. And I'm also doing working with the pumpkin. I'm going to incorporate Oshun into that as well. So it's going to be really, really heavy magic. So I'm getting stuff ready to do that, to have the energy to help me get to my destination. I don't believe this, because what happens when you're just asking for money and you don't really have anything on the altar, what happens is that in order for that thing to manifest, it's got to come from somewhere. And sometimes people get in accidents to get certain monies, or stuff happen to their loved ones for them to get certain money. I'm not trying to do that, so I'm putting up the arche of that 10K to represent what I'm trying to get to, and so without it pulling that energy from other sources in order may cause harm to somebody that I love just to get some money, and that ain't what I'm trying to do, and that ain't what I need to do. All right, wait a minute. All right. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys on tomorrow. Are y'all feeling my my Shango shirt? Are y'all feeling that? Huh? Am I representing the Egun? Am I representing the Risha? I got my different hats on. I'm trying to step my game up, y'all. Apostle trying to do better. All right. All right, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you, Pisces, my Boaz.